Hello, everyone. We're on to chapter 2 of Study of Love. The link to a free digital printable copy is down in the description. Let's get into it. All right, so we need to better define love, which this chapter is titled, What is Love? Don't hurt me. Flashbacks. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but I have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but I have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. Now we see but a poor reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part. Then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. And that is 1 Corinthians chapter 13, also known as the love verse. That is often recited at weddings, even though we're about to get into that. For this particular verse, I opted to use the New International Version, the NIV. All versions basically say the same thing about love, but the NIV, I think, has the easier to understand wording. In the KJV, they use the word charity in place of love, and we'll get to that in a moment. The original New Testament was written in Greek. There are several words in Greek for love. I believe there were 7 in total, but there's 4 you need to know for Bible study. And forgive me if I butcher these, because I did not study Greek. Again, I did not go to seminary. This is just things I looked up. I had to sound these out myself. Eros, which is used to describe sexual passion. Philia, which describes like a deep friendship. That's why Philadelphia is called the city of brotherly love. Storge, which is a family love, like for brothers, sisters, parents. Agape, which is charitable love, a love for all. Agape love is the type reference in the scripture. And thus why I chose the NIV wording over other versions. This is more of a description of love rather than a definition. It allows us to determine if what we think is love actually is or not. We as humans tend to confuse the various forms of love. The more one reads this passage, the more one has to face the fact that we don't easily have that kind of love in us. We're not very good at this kind of loving, though we are capable of it. For comparison, we're going to do that same verse 2 more times in different versions. This one is the Bible I've been using lately is today's English version, also known as the Good News Bible. I really like the wording in this one too. It's easy to follow, easy to understand. Again, same 1 Corinthians 13. I may be able to speak the languages of men and even of angels, but if I have no love, my speech is no more than a noisy gong or a clanging bell. I may have the gift of inspired preaching. I may have all knowledge and understand all secrets. I may have all the faith needed to move mountains, but if I have no love, I am nothing. I may give away everything I have, and even give up my body to be burned, but if I have no love, this does me no good. Love is patient and kind. It is not jealous or conceited or proud. Love is not ill-mannered or selfish or irritable. Love does not keep a record of wrongs. Love is not happy with evil, but is happy with the truth. Love never gives up, and its faith, hope, and patience never fail. Love is eternal. There are inspired messages, but they are temporary. There are gifts of speaking in strange tongues, but they will cease. There is knowledge, but it will pass. For our gifts of knowledge and of inspired messages are only partial. But when what is perfect comes, then what is partial will disappear. When I was a child, my speech, feelings, and thinking were all those of a child. Now I am a man. I have no more use for childish ways. What we see now is like a dim image in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. What I know now is only partial. Then it will be complete as God's knowledge of me. Meanwhile, these three remain: faith, hope, and love, and the greatest of these is love. All right. And one more. We'll do it from the original, the King James Version. This one's going to be a little rougher. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy, and understand all mysteries, and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. Charity suffereth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Charity never faileth. But whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through the glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know, even as also I am known. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three, but the greatest of these is charity. Right? And now, at the end of each section, I put questions for reflection, so I'll read those off to you. Just something, feel free to pause in between. I'll take a little brief thing to give you a chance to do that. Just questions to think about as you go through the study, as you chew over what we're talking about. Question 1. Comparing the three different versions of the same verse, do you notice the differences between them? The similarities. Was one easier for you to understand than the others? Why do you think that is? Does this change your previous view of what love is? Does it clarify your understanding of what love is supposed to be? And question 3. How does this version of love compare and or contrast to what you have previously thought of as love? Some of these questions are very basic and some are deep thought questions. Some, if you reflect on it properly, you're going to give me a look of annoyance for how deep they dive and what they might make you face in yourself. But that's kind of the point. All right, so that's the beginning part of chapter 2. And in the next one, we'll start diving a little deeper. We'll break down what that means that we just read. All right, see you in the next one.